2 points. We're going to do a vertical stretch factor -2, right? Okay. Now, this point is further from the x-axis than this point. Every point is going to move twice as far from the x-axis, but in the opposite direction, right? The negative direction. Well, yeah, these are both in the positive direction, so the opposite would be the negative direction. If you had one down here, it would move the other way, okay? And we've done that, we've seen that. The point further is going to move further. And when I see people do vertical stretches, the common thing I see is everything moves the same distance, okay? That's not a vertical stretch, unless everything is already at the same distance. So I'll just say the further point further from the x-axis moves further. Unlike the case for vertical shift, where every point moves through the same displacement. Okay? So if we do arrows, okay, this arrow represents how far you are from the x-axis, right? You're going to go twice that far and in the opposite direction because of the negative, right? So this point is going to go, now that's where it'd be if it went just as far, right? It's going to go twice that far, so it's going to go that far plus that far again. So this point transforms to here, right? And this point over here is displaced from the x-axis by this arrow. If it goes -2 times, if it vertically stretches by factor -2, that means it's going to go that far down here and then that far again. So this point is going to end up here. And we see that this point moves a lot further than this point, right? This point only moves this far, this point moves this far. So that's a very important thing to understand. And of course, if this is part of a graph, if these points are on this graph, then these points are going to be on the transformed graph. We could get a good picture of this graph by transforming one more point in the same way. So this point will go to here, and now our transformed function is probably going to look much like this. So if this function is f of x, this function down here is -2 f of x. The function f of x vertically stretched by factor -2.